Hey, Camilla, long time no talk. I know it's been a while, but I'll get straight to the point. It's not the first time I'm saying this, but I'm gonna steal your boyfriend for sure this time.
I was just trying to figure out why you were messaging me out of the blue, but that's what you want? It's been more than 7 years since we last saw each other. Don't you have anything more meaningful to say?
But this is big news. And I just want you to be aware that I don't plan on going easy on you one bit. I am really serious this time. We've known each other since we were born, and we always did everything together when we were growing up. Which never bothered me because it was like I always had a permanent best friend. But it bothered me that my parents always compared me to you, especially when you did something better than me. So this time, now that we're both adults, I just want to prove that I'm the better woman of the two of us.
So, are you saying that stealing my boyfriend from me is gonna prove that? I'm not sure if I actually follow your reasoning. It seems like it'll only have the opposite effect, though. You'll be labeled as a homewrecker for stealing my boyfriend and breaking us up, which isn't exactly what you want for yourself, is it?
Oh, don't be silly. Of course, if I were to go after someone who's married, then it would totally make sense to be criticized. But you guys aren't married. And besides, you can't control when or who you fall in love with. It just happens naturally, and when you realize that you're in love, there is nothing that can stop that feeling.
I completely agree with that, but in your case, you have a different ulterior motive. You purposely want to steal my boyfriend from me just to show me up. So there's nothing natural about that.
Don't worry about the minor details, because it's not going to change the end result either way. Anyways, I've already decided that I'm going to steal your boyfriend, so I hope that's clear with you.
Well, I hope this doesn't have anything to do with what happened back when we were in high school. Remember, you also tried to steal my boyfriend at that time, except you failed miserably and ended up making a huge fool of yourself. Don't tell me that you still hold a grudge over that. It's been more than 10 years since then.
Oh, be quiet. It won't be the same, you'll see. Your foolish boyfriend will fall for me, and you'll be the one who's kicked to the curb this time. And that'll be more than enough to prove once and for all that I am the better woman. Well, Camilla. I have some news for you. Your boyfriend is finally mine.
What? Are you sure that you're talking about my current boyfriend?
Of course. Who else would I be talking about?
I'm pretty sure I never mentioned anything about my boyfriend to you, so I just don't know how you managed to track him down.
I've already done my research, and he's definitely your boyfriend. Or rather, your former boyfriend now.
Really? If you actually have the proper details, though, it shouldn't have been that easy to steal him from me. So I'm just wondering if you've perhaps got the wrong person in mind. Because what you're saying right now just doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Oh, I get it. You're just being a sore loser about the way things turned out. Why don't you just admit that you lost this time? I'm sure that he's already brought up that he wants to break up with you. Isn't that right?
Actually, he's never mentioned anything like that.
You're obviously lying. He told me he tried breaking up with his current girlfriend, but that she's completely attached to him and won't leave him without making a big fuss. It just makes me laugh, though. He has no idea that I know you're his current girlfriend, so he doesn't hesitate in telling me everything that goes on between the two of you. Anyways, you've always been so composed and mature about everything, so it's actually quite funny to hear that you're full of regrets and giving him such a hard time about breaking up. I literally couldn't stop laughing when he told me, just imagining what you must have looked like. Begging for him not to leave you for another woman? It actually made me spit out the coffee that I was drinking.
Coffee? Since when do you drink coffee, Tessa? You've always hated it with a passion.
What?
No matter how much milk and sugar you added, you still thought that it was too bitter. You even said that you hated it so much that you'll never drink a single drop of it ever in your life.
Oh, there's no need to nitpick the tiny details. It's just an expression. I'm just having a really good time rubbing everything on your face here, but you just totally ruined my good mood. Now I'm just really irritated because you can't even take a small joke.
Then why don't you just stop messaging me in the first place? I really don't have the time to be listening to your nonsense either. Besides, let me just tell you that this boyfriend you supposedly stole from me isn't actually my real boyfriend. I'm quite certain that we're talking about two different people here.
What are you talking about?
I have no idea who this so-called boyfriend you think that you got is, but you should probably confirm his identity in more detail.
But everything checked out.
If that's what you think, then that's fine with me. But I hope you realize your mistake before it's too late, though.
I bet you're just trying to hide how upset you are over this whole situation, but you just sound really desperate now. It doesn't matter how hard you try to hide your true feelings, or how difficult you make it for him to leave you, because it's not going to change the outcome. I've already succeeded in having him fall for me, so at that point, it obviously proves that I'm a better woman than you. So just admit that you've lost, and get out of the picture so that he and I can finally be together. Camilla, guess what? I just wanted to let you know that there's now an undeniable reason why you need to break up with your boyfriend right away. And this news should make you very happy for me.
What are you even talking about?
I just found out that I'm pregnant with your boyfriend's child.
What?
You see, now you guys have to break up since there's a baby involved. You have no other choice. Besides, if you really want to end up happy, then you know that breaking up with him is the right thing to do, right? And isn't that what friends do for one another?
But I just don't see any reason why I need to break up with him.
What do you mean you don't see any reason? I just told you that I'm pregnant with his baby. Isn't that more than enough reason to break up with him so that he and I could start our new life as a family? Surely I deserve at least that consideration, since I'm your oldest friend and everything. So, how soon can you break up with him?
Why in the world would I wish for your happiness if you're doing everything in your power to make me unhappy?
Well, when I told him about my pregnancy, he said it was the best news he ever had received. As a matter of fact, we went out to celebrate our pregnancy just last night. He took me out to this fancy restaurant where they served the most delicious dinner course. And of course, we ordered the most expensive bottle of wine on the menu, since it was such a special event for us.
What? And did you actually drink the wine?
Well, of course! How do you expect me to give a toast to our new family without any wine?
I see. You're not doing anyone any good by lying, you know?
What? How dare you call me a liar?
Well, if you're not lying, you're already failing as a mother to your unborn child.
What? Just because you're upset with me stealing your boyfriend from right under your nose, there is no need to insult my integrity like that.
If you really are pregnant, one of the first things that you should be doing is avoiding any alcohol consumption. That's common sense.
Really?
There's a whole list of things that you need to avoid during pregnancy, so I definitely recommend doing your research. If you don't want to harm your baby, that is. Anyways, I have nothing left to say to you, so goodbye.
Guess what, Camilla? He finally proposed to me. Oh. And he said that he broke up with his current girlfriend for good. In other words, he's choosing me over you. So it looks like you're the one who's being kicked to the curb in the end. So you see, it's exactly like I said. I'm the better woman, and this just proved it. And it's too bad, isn't it?
We just had this conversation a few days ago, but you just never give up, do you? But let me ask you one last time. Are you really sure that you're actually talking about my current boyfriend?
Of course I'm sure. Who else would I be talking about? And he even talks about you all the time, so there's no mistake for sure. Why are you being so doubtful?
Because it just doesn't add up, which is why I'm certain that you have my boyfriend confused for somebody else. So I was thinking about everything that you've been telling me, and it just came to mind. Is your so-called boyfriend's name Luke Carmichael by any chance?
Yes, obviously. Why would you even need to confirm that?
Well, let me tell you right now that he is definitely not my boyfriend.
What do you mean?
I have been trying to tell you otherwise from the very beginning, but you just never gave me the chance to explain. My actual boyfriend has been living abroad for work since 3 years ago.
What?
He was relocated to one of those global offices 3 years ago, and he hasn't been back here since then. Even though his term's going to be up in just a few months, he's been too busy managing local staff that he just never had the time to visit me this whole time. In other words, my boyfriend and I have been in a long-distance relationship for the past 3 years.
What are you talking about? Luke has lived right here in Seattle his entire life. You guys can see each other every day if you want to, so stop being so ridiculous.
Which is why I have been trying to get you to understand that Luke Carmichael is not my boyfriend.
Well, if Luke isn't your boyfriend, then who is he? He obviously thinks that the two of you are in a relationship because he said so himself. And I've seen the two of you walking out of the office together on your way home. How can you claim that he's not your boyfriend when all these factors point in that direction?
He is nothing more than a hopeless, confused man who unfortunately has misinterpreted the whole situation.
What do you mean? What is he confused about?
Well, to be clear, he's one of my colleagues from work. But he's been following me around for more than 2 years, pretty much like a stalker. You said that you saw the two of us leaving the office together, but I'm pretty sure that it was just a misunderstanding. He was probably waiting for me outside so that he could time it like we were leaving together. And I can assure you that we were not leaving together, though, because he would just constantly show up where I would just happen to be. It wasn't uncommon for me to run into him on the way to and from work.
So he was waiting around for you?
Yes, and not only that. One weekend a while ago, I just happened to step into a coffee shop to enjoy an afternoon of reading. But guess who showed up as soon as I sat down? Yep, Luke Carmichael. And he actually had the nerve to sit right across from me as if I had invited him over. But even worse, he was so convinced that it was a date, no matter how many times I tried to tell him otherwise. It got to the point where I just had to ignore him, but since then, he seems to be under the impression that we're dating, when in fact it can't be further away from the truth. By now, he's nothing more than a creepy colleague to me, and I've been in a huge dilemma about how to get him off of my back.
What? But that's completely different than what he's told me.
Oh, but it looks like I no longer have to worry about anything, though. Because yesterday, he stopped me right as I turned the corner to enter our office, and he told me he needed to confront me about something. At first, I was afraid that he was going to go on and on about him being my boyfriend and whatnot, but luckily, it was nothing like that. I'm sure that you can imagine what he had to tell me by now. He admitted that he was actually cheating on me with a different woman, and that he had gotten her pregnant, and he was sorry, but that we had to break up.
What?
And it was right at that timing that you told me about your pregnancy as well. So that's when I realized that you had confused the Luke for my boyfriend.
But I don't understand.
You have no idea how grateful I was for your mistake, though. And what is it not to understand? You really did me a huge favor by taking Luke off of my hands.
Are you serious? This isn't how it was supposed to end. How dare you trick me into getting tied down with your fake boyfriend? Who do you even think you are?
I didn't trick you into doing anything. Don't be ridiculous. You're the one who declared that you were going to steal my boyfriend from right under my nose like it was some kind of mission. But unfortunately for you, you had your eye on the wrong guy. Because of your own misconception, you thought that Luke Carmichael was my boyfriend, and you didn't even bother to confirm that it was true before you took any action. I really hope that you're not trying to blame me for your own careless mistake.
Fine, then I'm gonna break up with him.
What?
You heard me. Besides, I was lying about my pregnancy to begin with. So if I tell him the truth that this was all just a game for me, I'm sure that he'll want to break up right away. And I'm pretty sure that he'll go back to being obsessed with you once again. When that happens, I'll make sure to go after your real boyfriend this time. So don't say that I didn't warn you. Camilla, you need to help me. I don't know what to do. Oh, I can't believe this is happening to me. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Oh no, I must have forgotten to block you. Let me do it right now. Goodbye.
Wait, things are really bad for me right now. Please, will you just listen for once what I have to say?
What do you want?
I just found out that I am pregnant, and I'm not even joking this time.
How is that possible? I thought you said that you and Luke already broke up.
That's right, we're no longer together. But before we called it off for good, he wanted to spend one last night together for old time's sake. So we went out to dinner and spent the night at a hotel together. And it seems like that's when I got pregnant with his baby.
I don't know what to say. But if you're really pregnant this time, as you say, then you don't have much choice about what can be done. You're gonna contact Luke and tell him about the situation, aren't you? He obviously needs to take responsibility for this child as well.
What? You're just gonna brush me off like that?
Well, to be honest, your pregnancy announcement and the events leading up to this pregnancy don't really concern me, nor do I have any interest in the details. Besides, what else is there to say? You obviously know who the father of the baby is, so isn't this something that you should be discussing with him and not me?
But I don't want anything to do with him. My plan was to steal your boyfriend and prove to you that I was the more attractive woman. And this just ruins everything. I don't want to be stuck with some stalker who just one-sidedly assumes that he's in a relationship with you. And there is no point in marrying him if he's not even your real boyfriend.
Well, it might be too late for that because your mother is on the phone with Luke Carmichael right now.
What do you mean?
Apparently, he and your mother exchanged contact information then, but I guess they didn't bother telling you about that.
But how do you know that my mom is calling Luke right now? Are you with her right now?
As a matter of fact, yes. My boyfriend just moved back here, so he and I took some time off to visit my parents this week. We were just outside drinking some iced tea on the porch when your mother happened to walk by. She came over for a quick chat to catch up when you messaged me at that exact moment. So she's actually standing right next to me as we're speaking right now.
What? Why would you do such a thing? My mother has nothing to do with this.
Well, you said that you were pregnant for real this time, right? So that means you're prepared to become a mother yourself, right?
But there's no other choice, is there? Wait a second, oh my gosh.
What is it?
It's Luke. He's here.
Wow, that was quick.
He actually moved into an apartment close by when we first started going out. It's about a 10-minute walk from here. I had no idea that he still lived there.
Well, his relationship with you may have ended quickly, but a lease agreement for an apartment isn't that easy to terminate. Even if he had wanted to move, he probably couldn't because the lease still remained.
This isn't the time to be stating what's already so obvious. You need to do something about this.
But that's not my responsibility, though, is it? It really has nothing to do with me.
Why not? Your best friend is asking you for your help. How can you just brush me off like that?
You really have some nerve, don't you? After everything that you've done to me, do you really think that I would even consider helping you? Even if it's simply out of courtesy?
But you're the only one I can ask for help.
I'm sorry to say, but the only thing that I want out of the situation is to cut off all relations with you once and for all.
What?
I don't know what you plan on doing with your current situation, but whatever you decide, I just hope that you have no regrets.
Wait, Camilla, we're not done yet.
I have nothing else left to say, so goodbye. Oh, and good luck. Right after that, Luke completely surprised Tessa by appearing right in her living room. Apparently, she had forgotten to lock the front door, so he just let himself inside. With a huge smile on his face, he presented her with a signed application for their marriage license. He had obtained it previously when she first surprised him with her fake pregnancy announcement, but held on to it this whole time, hoping that it would come in handy again one day. In her stunned state, Tessa didn't even have the sense to refuse his request and signed the application just as she was told. Then he placed her in his car, still lost and confused, and drove straight to City Hall to apply for their marriage license. And it didn't take much longer for them to officially become husband and wife. Shortly after, she and Luke moved back into her parents' home, where it still seemed like she kept trying to deny the reality of her situation. Even as her belly gradually began to expand with her growing baby, she still remained as lifeless as ever, whereas Luke became happier and livelier with the excitement of becoming a father soon. It sounds like they're quite the unbalanced couple, but hopefully they'll be able to work things out before the baby's born. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to see more content.